Welcome back, everybody, to Unconditional Surrender, me, myself, and I playthrough of the main event scenario. Game is published by GMT Games, designed by Salvatore Vasta. We are getting ready to go into the April of 1945 turn. There's April, March, June, and July. We're down to the last 4 turns. Germans are holding on with about 23 will points. We'll just have to see what happens. Now, in the weather phase, things are a little different this time around because March-April is one of those pairs of months that I'm doing the play testing on. Since everything was severe, we go and we check. And if there's only one other choice, you just make it the other choice, which in the cold zone, that is true. So instead of severe, it is poor. Now in the others, you'll see that it's severe everywhere. So in the next turn, which is April, we can only have a 1 through 3 in the mild zone, and we can only have a 1 through 4 in the poor zone. If I roll severe weather, I have to re-roll. So basically, there's a 1/3 chance of getting a fair weather turn here in April in the mild zone, which is what we're going to roll now because the cold zone was automatic. So for the mild zone, we roll a 6. A 6 is severe, so we have to roll it again. When we roll a 2. A 2 is poor. So not what the Western Allies wanted to see. They were really hoping to get an extra fair weather turn. They're only going to have 2 now, and don't know that they'll be able to take the Germans down with only 2 fair weather turns. It's going to be very close, in my opinion, but maybe I'm missing something. And then in the warm zone, same thing. We can't have severe, which I rolled, so I have to roll it again, and I have to roll it again, and there's a 2, so that becomes fair. Now, in May, June, we will roll just normal die rolls to see what the weather is in May, and then it will be the other weather in June because you have to swap between the 2. So for right now, it's poor weather in the mild zone, which is where almost all of everything is. Declaration of war, no declaration of war. Economy, the Germans got an extra 2 because of their factories, and I didn't take any factories, didn't capture any factories on them. So they're up to 24. British are still at 38, and the Russians are at 58. Nobody's giving, Germans aren't going to give any points to their allies. They find that pointless. They need all the points they can get. Last turn, I wasn't able to raise up any airplanes, and I still had 22 points, but just moving a few units around to get them into the line and things like that, and it's like, man, you don't have any points left. 22 points does not last very long. That's the economy phase. Strategic warfare phase. Okay, the Russians are at +2. The Germans are at 0. The Germans don't have anything to play. The Russians aren't going to play their partisans. They're going to wait till the Germans have a sub. To try and keep the Germans up at 9. But right now it doesn't matter if they get one back because with the British, with the West being +8, when they roll their die, a minimum that they roll is a 9. The Germans, the best they can roll is a 6. And a 6 to a 9 is a factory loss, so the Germans are going to stay at 9 lost. So there's no point to playing the partisans. I might play them up in Finland here. Technically, this little space here in Karelia in front of Vyborg is Russian territory, so I could play partisans there if I really wanted to. If I want to take Finland out, but I'm saving it more for when the Germans have submarines and I can play it against their submarines to keep them from getting one back from me, kind of thing. That way we don't have to play Western markers, because partisans don't do anything for the Russians at this point. So we're not going to play that. Just roll dice. Germans roll 5. Russians roll 4 plus 2 is a 6. 5 to a 6 would technically, for the moment, give the Germans back a factory loss marker. And then, like I was saying, if you go to the West, they start off at +2. The West does, because the Americans are in. And then they have 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate this. 5. And 6. So they have 6 bond markers, so they get +6. That gives them a +8. So if you look at the combat results table, this is a little math lesson. Best the Germans can roll is a 6, because they have nothing to add to their die roll. The worst the Allies can roll, if they roll a 1 and add 8, they get a 9. A 9 to a 6 guarantees a lost factory. So no matter what the Germans roll, and no matter what the Allies roll, the Germans are going to lose a factory. So you don't have to roll dice. We just go do it. And there are times when you can just tell that that's what's going to happen, and you can just save yourself some time and say, oh, down it goes. Okay. So now we are past strategic warfare, strategic movement. I really don't see one. I suppose I could pull this 12th. Infantry. Where would I put it, though? You know, where's there a place to send it that it does me any good? He's kind of wasted here, but actually I'm thinking I want to swap him with the guy in Stuttgart. Try and give that city a little oomph. So maybe I move the 4th garrison via rail someplace. Where can he go? That he would be useful. There's not many places that he's useful. Okay, I will, I'm going to move the 4th garrison here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go put him up. I'm just going to fly him up over here. Kind of just putting him in a place where he can help make a delaying line in the future. Right? That seems like the good thing to do. In the west. I actually have one for the west now, amazingly enough. Since I freed up the home thing. Take a strategic move marker. And we're going to put the home under it. It was in a stack there. So it would start here in, whatever that is, Amsterdam. And he's just going to fly down to here. And then next turn he'll be able to capture Marseille. And then I'll take him over to Italy or something. I don't know. I might just have him go, give him no supply and have him go out of supply and die. So I can rebuild him back in England. Because I'm having him be in supply, and I don't need him to be in supply right now. He can do his jobs without being in supply. And I think that's the only city left in France I have to recapture is Marseille. I do have this turn to take over here, but I have to go through zones of control and stuff. And it's just a pain in the butt. I'll just let them have Trieste. I'm more interested in making Germany lose willpower points. Okay, so that's strategic movement west. The Soviets, not so much. I just don't see one. I'm at the front. It doesn't matter. Operations phase for the Axis, and I did not start my timer. Dang it. It is poor weather, so there's not going to be huge amounts of operations, but there is going to be a couple here. 3, 4, 5. And he can be a 1, 2, 3. 5 to 3. If I can push him out, then that lets this Panzer escape. Which is the whole point of this. Right? If I use him with the combat, then he moves forward. And I would move out next turn. So then I'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So this is going to be my first thing. 2, 4, 6. Highlight this hex. I'm going to try and save this Panzer unit down here. So I start off as +2 for German, +1 for elite, +1 for armor. And then I have 2 armored units adding in, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. The Russians start off at +1 because they're elite. So right now it's a +8 to a +1, and then I have to subtract 1 for the weather. So it's -1. So it's 7 to +1. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -1, 7. +7 to +1. Now I could throw in an airplane and a tanks marker, which would give me a +3, which might keep him alive so that he's only retreated. This +7 could be very bad. So I think I'm going to throw in my stuff. Germans don't have anything they can add, but I'm going to go ahead and drop a tanks marker, and I'm going to ring up the sortie. Do I want to ring up a sortie there? I'm going to ring up a sortie here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get an extra +1 for the tank marker and +1 for the airplane. So it's +7 to +3. Germans roll. 6 + 7 is a 13. Can't get any better than that. Russians roll. 4 + 3 is a 7. So it's a 13 to a 7. I don't see many of these. 13 to a 7. Adding those 2 points made a difference. Got me up into the DR range. So I will be retreated. Okay. I will take with the SS Panzer to allow me to move that other Panzer out next turn and redress my lines. Hopefully the Russians won't end up surrounding me everywhere. I just need to make some retreat routes available for my guys. So that was 2, 4, 6. Did I take those off? I don't think I took those off. No, I did not. So I'm down to 18. Got 3 guys to build. 1 guy to flip. Probably some other flips from the Russian attacks. I'm just trying to think out where I need to. I'm trying to save as much as I can to maybe bring up some airplanes. Make them have to counter-air me next turn. It takes away their sorties. You know, it's not that I'll have sorties to use, really, but it will take away their sorties. Or I might be able to use them early. I think I need to move this dude. He's blocking up some retreat routes there, so let's get him the heck out of the way. Where do I go put him? I'm just stick him back there. So that's another point. Now I think I had some. I might have some other minor movements of units here. Right now I think I had one really semi-important attack to try and pull off down here. That's going to be this guy. 1, 2, 3. 3 more production points. National tracks over here. Put this in a proper corner. Put this in a proper corner. Okay. That's 3 more. So I should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. I should have spent 10. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, there we go. And we're assaulting the French. We just don't like Frenchmen. We're Germans. We hate the French, even if they are in American uniforms. running around American tanks. It still says French on their counter, so we're going to attack that. What are my pluses? I am +2 for German. +1 for each buddy. And then -1 for the forest, -1 for the weather. And the Americans are +1 because they're American, +1 because they're armor. And I can throw out an airplane to make it a +3. So we go to combat commitment. We commit. Sides commit. The Germans. This is the only weak point in my line. I probably should have gone after Frankfurt, or Aachen instead of down here. This isn't nearly important as Aachen. I'm going to back that up. Instead, I'm going to spend 4 points. I'm spend an extra point. And I'm going to activate this one, this one, this one. We're going to assault here. Okay. Still, the Americans are at +1 because they're American, +1 because they're armor. The Germans start off with the first para. And he's +1 for elite, +2 for German. He adds in an armored buddy, +2. And then I have one extra buddy now, and then it's -1 for city, -1 for weather. Right now it's +4 to a +2. Americans can make it a +3. I can make it a +5, which kind of guarantees it gives me a good chance of retreating him. So I think I'm gonna. So we go to combat commitment. Everybody commits. The Germans. Oh, I can make it even more than that. I can throw a tanks marker, which will make it +5, and then I'm going to throw my heavy artillery as well. So I get +2 for the heavy artillery and 1 for the tank. So start off with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, -2. 1 for the weather, 1 for the forest. So I'm at +7 with the Germans, and the Americans are at +3. And they'll use this airplane. So, ouch. +7 to +3. Germans roll. 3 + 7 is a 10. Americans roll. 6 + 3 is a 9. What do you know? A 10 to a 9? That's nothing. That's a diamond. So all that stuff I made the Germans spend, and I held the hex. First army, hold the hex. Amazing. I really didn't expect to hold that. Okay, turn track. Tanks. Go over there. Heavy artillery. We roll a 2. 1, 2. The Germans keep getting their heavy artillery back. Do I have any other assaults? 1, 2, 3, -2 would be +1 to +2. Probably not worth it. No, I am going to activate this guy, though. That's why I moved away that garrison, and I'm going to go 1, 2. And I think I'm going to go there 3. Because that just seems like a... if he pushes away the 20th, then he can cross the Rhine and attack Stuttgart without a river bonus. This way, he's got to push me out of some cities in order to be able to get into Stuttgart, and I still can have the chance to build something in Stuttgart to hold it. So I think that's a better move. I pretty much have a straight line, except for It was at the 19th or whatever. He's stuck out there. There's nothing I can do about it. He's going to die probably one of these times. I'm not going to survive the die roll. And, that'll be it. But I can afford that 1 point. I'm down to the last, 3 turns now? What are we on? Turns. Yeah, we're in April. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's only 4 turns left, and only 2 of them are going to be clear. Or 3 turns after this one. This one's going to be a poor weather turn, so I might be able to hold out with the Germans. Oh, this is going to be very... You're probably going to see me make some silly attacks with the Allies in clear weather turns just to try and roll the dice many times and get lucky. I think that's the German Axis. Beginning of turn in the German turn, I really don't see a good attack here. And just as the British can't really attack me very well, I can't do much against them without an airplane. They still have an airplane, so they might be able to do something. Over here in the east, I was thinking I might need to move something, but the only thing I can think of is to move this guy in Vienna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was going to just move the guy in Vienna back up to here. Is that a good defensive spot? Yeah, I want the armor kind of in the clear terrain. So, yeah, move the 10th to there. That'll be another point I spend. Oh, no, maybe I don't want to do that. I think I'm at 15. Let me check. I don't think I want to activate that guy if I'm at 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, and I started at 24, so I'm down to 12. And I have 3 there, and then that would give me 3 airplanes. So I'm not going to move that guy. Barring everything else, I should be able to raise up at least 2 airplanes. Might have to flip a couple units here, I'm not sure. So, yeah, we're done with the Axis, I think. That was the beginning of turn and Axis operations phase. I'm Dren608. If you like my videos, please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. There's not going to be many more episodes left. We're coming to the end of this game here relatively quickly. We will return with the Western operations phase in just a little bit. Until then, bye-bye.